Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. I'm sorry I'm late. I've had a kind of a wild last 24 hours. My voice, if you can't tell, has dropped a whole octave, as they say in Elf. We've got some storms going absolutely crazy outside. The leaves have turned inside out. The power actually just went out here about 30 seconds ago. Kick back on. So I'm trying to get this video out because I know it's late. I got stung by a bee yesterday for the first time in my life. I don't ever remember really being stung by a bee. And ever since then, I've just been very tired and my voice has done this. And I don't know what that means. But so far, I have not gone into anaphylactic shock. So we're going to keep it rolling. This is our weekly dog contest between myself and the Scoreboard Don't Lie, where we each pick up to 5 underdogs a week. Whoever has the most units won or the least units lost by the end of the football season will be declared the winner. Last week was not great for us, and by us I mean me. He won his pick, which takes his totals to 2-2. He plays it a lot safer than I do. 1 unit positive on the year. I am 5-8, down 0.13 units on the year. Coastal Carolina was completely outmatched. Kansas lost in the worst way possible, 91% chance to win by ESPN standards with 5 minutes left. They had an 11-point lead, and they lost. So that was very tough. Cowboys didn't look good. Again, this was last weekend. They looked okay against Dallas last night, but last Sunday against the Ravens, they did not look good. We are in total 2-7 against the spread. So if you don't want to take the money line and you want to take a little bit safer play with the spread, you should be okay doing that. At least you are so far. As always, this is for entertainment. I'm trying to find value. This is going to be hard to beat long term. Combine some of these picks with promos. If the money line's too risky, as I said, take the spread. I do try to get you guys value, but I also am handicapping. Here is the short list of teams that I liked this week. One of these teams makes it into an official play, but if you play any of the other two, I don't blame you, okay? BYU over Baylor, FIU over Louisiana Tech, and New Mexico State over New Mexico. This one's a pretty big upset. I think they're like a 7-point underdog, so if you want to take a little bit of a risk there, take them on the money line, but I like the spread certainly more for New Mexico State. But our official play will be the BYU Cougars. Had an impressive win last week, almost won by 30 points at home against Kansas State, who I think is a very respectable football team. They're on the road now. They face Baylor, who we saw lose to Colorado last weekend in a very, very close and competitive game, and they're an underdog. They just became ranked this week, so a lot of hype on them, and I do hate buying into hype. I think a lot of the time, I fear that sharps are on Baylor. Okay, I think BYU should be getting a lot of public square money right now based on the hype they are getting. They beat a ranked team last week, and now they're ranked, right? And so I'm a little confused why they're at this still plus money unless all the sharps are on Baylor and the books are scared to adjust in a certain way. The point is the model that I've been working on and trying to tweak this year, which I recognize is not perfect right now, but has shown some decent results in certain situations. And in this situation, it likes Baylor by 0.6. Now the spread is the spread is 3.5. So there's value in the plus 130 on the money line because what basically the model is saying is, it's only projecting them to win by half a point. Okay, so it's closer. The model would probably set this at about a minus 110 or an even pick'em, spread. So we get a little value at BYU. We'll take it. I know it's on the road. I know that may be tough, but again, they beat SMU on the road, who's a good team. Wyoming's had a kind of a rough year. They're not necessarily the greatest team to compare to, but they dominated them. So I like them to keep it going. We'll see what happens. And I have four official NFL plays for you. I can't pass this up. And again, I fear that maybe I'm buying into the hype a little bit too much with these picks, and it will come back to bite us. But all the rationale for these 4 picks can be found on my Week 4 picks video. I don't want to, beat a dead horse if you guys have already watched that or can go watch that. So just real quick, I like the Saints at Atlanta. I don't think the Falcons are that good. I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game. I think it's going to be tough fought. I think the Saints get back in the win column. The Vikings have shown me little to no weakness, and I don't think on the road in Green Bay is going to be where they show it. They do have a few injuries, but I don't think they're going to be massive, and the Packers may have Jordan Love back, and I honestly don't think that hurts the Vikings. I think they may actually try to rely too much on Jordan Love and not on Josh Jacobs, which is where they found success and will end up hurting them. So I really like the Vikings at 126. Titans at Miami. We saw Will Levis win there last year. Titans have not looked good, but Miami has looked worse. And I just don't trust any of the backup quarterbacks that they have. So I like the Titans plus 100. And then the Bills, a little bit shocking. I know it's on the road, and I know it's against a tough opponent in the Ravens, but I have not seen any team come remotely close to stopping the Bills, and I don't know if the Ravens will be able to do it. The Bills' defenses also look pretty good, and I think if they can stop Derrick Henry, they don't have a big downhill passing offense. They have very much a downhill running offense. So if the Bills come in with that, which I think they will, even though it is a short week, I think they're in a good spot there. So we go 50%. We're up money on this. If you choose to tail responsibly. But those are my 5 picks you can see on the year for college football. We haven't fared the best. Okay, we only have 2 wins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses, but we are locking in BYU for this Week 5 contest. NFL, we're doing much better. We've won 3 out of 5, and they're all at plus money, so that's fantastic. Saints, Vikings, Titans, and Bills, all just barely plus money, but plus money nonetheless. So those will be the official plays this week. Head on over to the Scoreboard Don't Lies video if he's posted already. I don't know if he has, so keep your eye out for that. See what he has for this week, because he will probably only have 1 or 2 plays, and he's got some good stuff that he's been calling. So thank you guys for coming by. This will be our last official video of the week. We'll start back on Monday. I do have 2 video ideas, not about sports betting, just about sports in general. One about how the kickers in the NFL are evolving. I've done some data and research and pulled a lot of the things out about that. So I want to do a video about that. I also want to do a video about Dave Portnoy talking about the NIL and how he's willing to pay $3 million to get a quarterback to come to Michigan. And I just have some questions and comments about that I want to kind of cover. So thank you guys for the support this week. We will be back next week, but maybe this weekend for an extra bonus video. Take care, enjoy the games, and we'll see you soon.